Hi, my name is Kevin Ornell Johnson. I've been doing YouTube for a month and a half, on and off, just experiencing something new to explore and express myself or talent. I'm not good at graphics, background music, or other technical YouTube designs that will draw you in. Maybe I'll meet a person that can help me with that, or they'll introduce themselves to me one day. With that being said, I am here to do what I've been doing on Facebook for 4 to 5 years now. Usually on Saturdays, I would post two inspirational or encouraging messages or two scriptures from the Bible and label them. You are here for a reason. One, and likewise with the second one numbered, you are here for a reason, number two. I haven't done them in a while, but today I decided to do them. But I'm going to do something different. I'm going to take advantage to use YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook to put my hobby on display for myself and others because today is January 20th, 2020. That is 1/20/2020. Those who examine numbers know the significance of this even if I don't. I do feel it's a great number sequence though, being that you add the 1, the 2, and the 4, which equals 7. So today you are here for a reason I will do in a special way. I'm going to do this video and post Bible scriptures or what I feel will help someone get through their day as they read this or hear it as you are doing now. So that being said, here we go. You are here for a reason. Number one is you are here if you're strong to be strong for the weak. Some things that strong people do for the weak is they inspire the weak to become strong. Sometimes we are not able to have it in us to speak up for ourselves or to do things that we normally wouldn't do without a little bit of push or a little bit of motivation or someone who is supporting us. They call it a support team. If you don't have one, find someone who will support you in your dreams and your your ways of hobby and talents that will encourage you. If there are people around you who will tell you you can't do it and you won't be able to do it or you can't do it because of this, find people who is and who will, because we all need someone to uplift us during times that we feel like we cannot do certain things, but we always imagine that we can. We always feel within ourselves that we can do it. I was listening to Joel Osteen 2 days ago while I was at work at Dollar Tree in Evansville, Indiana. And while I was listening to it, he mentioned Tyler Perry and how Tyler Perry would go out to a tree and he would imagine just making stories up and becoming someone famous and things like that. And what caught me off guard was that sometimes more than anyone coming to your side, the Holy Spirit does come to your side. Universe, angels, whatever people may call them. But in this significance, I was listening to him speak about Tyler Perry. And what was weird was after I got done listening to that message with him, my boss and manager came out of her office and she started speaking about Tyler Perry's fall from grace and speaking about how good it was. And then there was another significance with Tyler Perry throughout that day. So to me, that was like God and the angels speaking to me saying that, look, whatever you're about to embark on, we got your back, Kevin. We got you all the way, but we need you to absolutely leap out on faith and take the steps to go towards your dreams and your goals. And I ask God a lot, what is my purpose and who I am to him? There's many just listening to this that may ask or may say, you shouldn't do that, but I do it. And that's just what I do, because I like to try to ask God about everything. I don't like to ask why. I have did it in the past, but I do not do it anymore. But there are people who out there who may listen to this message and may not know how to go about certain things. So my message to them as a strong person is what I'm doing right now is to look for those who uplift you and encourage you through the things that you're going through. And everything that you do it with love and do it with trying to do the right thing on your mind. Anything you do for evil, God will not prosper it. And for those who do things that are evil and he prosper, he only do it to set them up, to make sure that those who do right are able to flourish ahead of them and show them not only who did wrong, how to come back into his grace, into his alignment of what they are used for in life. Because sometimes there's a necessary evil, and I don't know if any people who's listening to this ever heard that, but there's a thing called necessary evil where it balances things out in the world. So you are here for a reason. Number one, to be strong for the weak. You are here for a reason. Number two, you are to use your gifts and your talents for good and are to provide service to others. There are people in high places and statuses who like to go by the status quo or business ethnic, but yet you have the power and strings to pull things to happen under the eye of other men or other people. And I go to say that because there are people who are homeless. There are people who definitely need a way to be made to make them better. You know, I heard from a preacher, and I used to shy away from this preacher because, not shy away from him, but shy from using his name because I didn't want nobody to feel like, there's an obsession with him or that, I'm following him or anything like that. And I haven't talked to this man in years, nor came around him. But it's time for me to let go of fears. And then with that being said, his name is Reverend Turner. And he said something one day that caught my attention. He said something about bringing someone to the point where you show them how to explore the greater them, basically. He didn't say it in those words, but he said, to be someone who's a leader, you lead people into finding the best way of being themselves better. And let's stay positive about this thought, but let's move it into the negative of what I'm saying. If I'm talking to a drug dealer, I'm going to teach him how to be a better drug dealer, to where he doesn't get caught in the system and then eventually get out and become someone successful in the world of trying to help people out. And, we all have a role in this life to play. And many of y'all may deny it, but my grandma taught me a lot of things. She didn't like the ideal of people dealing drugs. She hated it. Let me put that out there first. She hated it. But my grandma wasn't foolish enough not to know that if she made plates and sold plates, who would buy those plates of food? And most of the time it was drug dealers. You know what I mean? So it's certain things that, we all contribute to each other, and we these days knock each other for it, for our talents and things. And some people have jealousy and try to knock you from the pivotal pedestal that you're at. because you're making it at some weight. But you know, there's gifts that we all have. Some of us have singing, some of us have writing, some of us have clothing and design, or some of us have modeling, some of us have putting ideals out there. I'd have made ideals and watched people take ideals from me and run with them. And the main thing that got me was when I reacted to it was I'm glad in myself to be on understanding where I was at with it, because when I was approached with one of my ideals, there was I'm not even going to go as far as saying it was stolen, because where that ideal is right now is very helpful. So I will no longer say, you know, someone stole my ideal. I will say I'm glad that they did take it and made use of it, because like God, you know what I'm saying, we are creators. And at that point, I understood that I am a creator just like my Heavenly Father is. You know, otherwise I would have been stupid in my ways and been like, nah, you stole that from me and that wasn't right. Or I could have just been happy and am happy, to be honest with you, to see one of my ideas come to fruition, even if it wasn't by my own hands. And that being said, I told the person who told me that, you know, they got an idea from their clothing line from one of my little cartoon drawings that I designed clothes on the cartoons, because one day I did plan on making clothes with these same design letters or whatever, but being able to see it come into fruition in his hand was even better, because he's doing an awesome job with it. But I had to let him know that, because he asked if I was mad about it or anything, and I looked him square in the eye and said, no, I'm not mad, because one, you took it and you ran with it and did something with it. That's one. But two, I am a creator like God. If I can create one thing, I can create another. It may not have been for me to create it for myself. It may have been for me to create it so that you can grab a hold of it and make something out of it, because you're going to make something out of it yourself too. And that part, you have to understand about your gift and using it in a good way. Also, you know, just like those who are, and I go to say talented as a protector. There's people who are on the police force or detective forces, and they might run into someone who probably done bad, and nobody in the world understands these people but the person who's been chasing them down, this police or detective. And a normal person would probably hold their head ready to cut it off, like David did Solomon when he ran up and slung him with the slingshot and was killed him and took his head off with his own sword. This person may be in a position to be like, I understand why you did what you did, just as well as you understand why I do what I do as a person who I am. So there's leverage into to not give you a harsher crime than what a person who didn't have understanding would have, because we all have a role to play. I'm here for a reason. You are here for a reason. You know, I used to get upset about being in a relationship and a girl would play me for another man. But it came to my understanding and maturity in myself to know that there are also lessons to be taught when you feel like you're looking for the one and the one you love. Do not pitch your heart out there so quickly as to fall in love with someone so quickly to not notice that they can manipulate you. They can pull a wool over your eye. Do not be quick to be friends with someone just because they say, oh, we cool, we bros, we slap hands, we shake hands, we you know what I'm saying, kick it every day. Many people in the world will tell you that, you know what I'm saying, some of they what they thought was best friends have turned their back on them and did them wrong and traded them for the enemy, something like Judas did Jesus. So, you got to be careful on that as far as, love go and trust, what I'm saying? So we all are being taught things in many ways, and some people have the gift of showing us without even knowing that they're showing us. So you are here for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. People come into your life for a reason, and a lesson and a blessing as well. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it the right way, all of it is one. So don't be discouraged on the things that you have endured in life. Don't repay evil with evil, but take it in and what God is trying to help you grow within yourself as a being, a spiritual being, a personal being, whatever it may be. Had I not been through what I've been through, I would not be talking to you on this YouTube, to the point where I went back to writing some of my ideals out. That's even with doing this video. I can do it blindly without a problem like I'm doing right now, because what I'm saying and what I've been saying for a few minutes now is not written right here. But what I'm saying is sometimes you have to set yourself a plan and run with it, and the rest will flow. Your gift is to be used for good and to provide service for others. There's people out there who are shy, and they want to come out and let people know that they have a certain talent, but they scared because they scared of what people may say or how they may judge them. Did they sing good? Did they sing long? Did they sound like they was faint in their singing, or did they sound as good as such and such or whatever? We all have our own ways of doing things, and God will grow it within His time. Whether we want to continue to explore it in that field or not. Just like, for example, Ip Man. Ip Man was so talented. He was able to teach others how to be able to protect himself and fight good as well as he did. His talent was used for good and provided service for others. So do not shy from what you feel is a talent or what you feel will help the world. That's even with the fact of there's people who made windshield wipers for cars, for cars. So we all use them today, and it keeps us very safe. Believe me. Now, none of y'all want to drive in the rain and can't see. You got places to be and places to go, and you got to get there safely. There's many ways that I can go about this, but I'm saying today, you are here for a reason. I won't even challenge you to explore what that is, because of whatever's going on in the spiritual world is absolutely saturating us and getting us and preparing us for our next step in life. And being that said, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm headed in my purpose, but I know that there's someone who may get a hold of this video and feel encouraged. Someone may feel like, he's just babbling off of the mouth. He's just talking about anything. But someone's going to hang on to maybe even every word that I say to the last drop and have an epiphany of, man, you know what? I do have a talent that I've been holding back, and I'm going to explore it. And wherever my life calls me, that's where I'm headed to. The one that I love, if they're not supporting me, then I can't sit back and let them tell me, I love you, but your talent is not getting you nowhere. It's not taking you nowhere. That's disencouragement. You need someone to uplift you and be your supportive system. And sometimes you have to love people and understand that they're not your supportive system in that area. Doesn't mean that they don't love you in the romantic area or the love area, but they love you in the area of encouraging you for your dreams. So with that being said, you are here for a reason. Run with it.